Welcome to Booking and Wrestler Part 2 of Damien Sandow. Now, if you've seen the first episode, Damien Sandow comes back as the intellectual savior of the masses. His original character when he first came to WWE, he would have Zane, he would have Neville, and he would have Kevin Owens coming down once in graduation garb to take the very first person out of the ring once he defeated him. And then he would do it all by himself, where he generally for the next 2 to 3 months would beat his opponent and then stick a graduation paper wrapped up in twine in the guy's mouth, picks up the mic and says, "You have just graduated from the Damien Sandow class of Hard Knocks. You're welcome." Drops the mic and leaves. Nothing more. Nothing less. Now, it sounds like that won't get him over, but it will, because in the middle of all that, he will be allowed to have promo segments. He will be allowed to have time in the ring and talk the way he's always been able to talk. He talks so well that he can easily get himself over, which he always did. The Marie Arquiette, if I'm pronouncing it right. The elbow of disdain. Knocks the crap out of everyone it hits. And in this case, I would use this as his finishing move, because I would make him jump to the top of the turnbuckle and then just jump off, kind of like what happened when he did with Macho Man. And he would go like this and jump off and whack the guy in the chest, and that ends it. He doesn't need to do anything else but use the extreme Marie Arquiette, if I'm even pronouncing it correctly. I don't even remember the name because it's been a while since he used it. But point of this is that he would get over. Now, who would be his first opponent? His real feud? Well, there's only one person. That's Stardust. Cody Rhodes himself. They were partners for a while. They got split up. They got put together. The reason I would use Cody Rhodes is even in his weakened state as Stardust is because it has to be someone that they're familiar with. A lot of times feuds need someone that the person who's trying to get over has already had a relationship with. Just throwing them with someone cold doesn't always work. Even if they're like, let's say it was a John Cena that we're going to throw up against the Damien Sandow. Unless they had already had some type of relationship, it doesn't seem like it's a great match, even though John is considered the top dog in the company. And he didn't show up in TLC, so that was kind of surprising, because the people were screaming for him. Anyway, I would use Cody Rhodes. And the reason Damien Sandow would focus on Cody Rhodes simply is to re-educate him. He would say, "Cody," using the mic like this, "you know that you have lost your way. You need re-education. I'm here for you, buddy. I'm going to re-educate you in the field of hard knocks. The only way the intellectual savior can and will do." And I will leave this as a feud for at least 3 months. But I would not let them wrestle. They could touch, but no wrestling. Every time Cody or Stardust would have a match, Damien Sandow would be there trying to educate him. Say, "Cody, no. Put your arm up higher, higher, higher. There you go." And then he gets his ass kicked. Since Cody is a little loose in the head, Cody more and more would get angrier and angrier and angrier. Every time he does his promos, you got the intellectual savior there educating him. Every time Cody says that this is a constellation of Orion, he says, "No, that's a constellation of Costaris. There is a constellation of Orion." And it would piss off Cody to no end. Every single time Cody tries to do something and is showing education and intelligence, Damien would undermine him every single time. And I would culminate this situation between them going into, well, I would go into Battleground. Now, I know that's a minor pay-per-view, but the reason I would use Battleground is because Cody Rhodes needs to have a war with Damien Sandow. And I know I could say going into TLC or going into Hell in a Cell, but this is something that's supposed to be personal. A real battle, not just of intelligence, but ability. So I would have Cody Rhodes go into that match, and I would have Stardust and Cody Rhodes get their ass handed to him. And the kicker for Cody Rhodes would be that Damien Sandow wouldn't just stick a little graduation paper in his mouth. No. First, what he would do, because Cody would still have his paint on his face, and he would be loopy, Damien would go, he would get some water from one of the timekeeper, put it in Cody's face, wipe it, well, get like a napkin or something, wipe his face with what do you call it, like a towel or something, wipe away that stuff, sit Cody up, and then says, Cody, you're free of Stardust. Be who you are. Sticks the thing in his mouth. You're welcome. Throws him to the ground and walks away. This is how we'll book him in his real major feud. And this is the last part of number 2. The third and final one would be for him to have relevance. And you'll see what I mean. Have a good day and have a good night. And watch for my next debated week. There's just one more in this series. See ya!